Hello, everybody, and welcome to the WWE Universe as we provide the best of 2015 through pay-per-views this year. I mean, we've had so many incredible moments in 2015 in WWE, so I thought it would be nice to share some of the best moments of 2015 and look through all the pay-per-views that have happened. So, without further ado, let's begin. And we're going to begin with the 2015 Royal Rumble, which, of course, the 2015 Royal Rumble match. This was I think the main highlight of the Royal Rumble, most people would say, is the John Cena, Seth Rollins, Brock Lesnar match. That was truly amazing. But also, you got to look at the 30-man Royal Rumble match, because in the Royal Rumble match, we saw Roman Reigns become the winner of the Royal Rumble 2015, and this would set up Roman Reigns into the main event of WrestleMania 2031, which was a big moment. Of course, a lot of people weren't happy with Roman Reigns in the Royal Rumble, but of course, this was the start of WWE experimenting with Roman Reigns in the main event slot in WWE, which is pretty cool. So yes, so I reckon the highlight, of course, is the Royal Rumble match. We saw the arrival of Bubba Ray Dudley. We saw Daniel Bryan return. We saw quite a number of familiar faces returning to the WWE to be a part of the Royal Rumble match. And then, of course, February, Fastlane. This is the match of Daniel Bryan, Roman Reigns for a place at WrestleMania for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, which would lead into Roman Reigns beating Daniel Bryan and obviously getting his main event match that he wanted with Brock Lesnar. So, of course, Roman Reigns would get his main event match, and of course, Daniel Bryan, this would lead him to his Intercontinental Championship ladder match at WrestleMania, which was good for him. So, yeah, that's probably the main highlight of Fastlane in February. And then we go to March, where WrestleMania 31, the big extraordinaire, happened, where we would see Triple H versus Sting, and of course Triple H shocks the world by beating Sting at WrestleMania. Also, Undertaker made a comeback to take on Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania, and he was able to pull over Bray Wyatt at the grandest stage of them all. Big moment for him. And of course, the main event, we saw Seth Rollins cashing in at a WrestleMania, the first ever person to ever do that and become the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, setting up the Seth Rollins era in his reign in WWE. And then in Extreme Rules, of course, once again, it's the match between, I think the main highlight of the night has to be the match between, of course, Seth Rollins versus Randy Orton steel cage match. There were so many shocks, like Kane chokeslamming Seth Rollins, but then Seth Rollins was able to RKO Randy Orton and able to escape the cage to keep his championship alive. So that was a big main event of Extreme Rules this year in April. And then in May, we had, of course, the Fatal 4-Way WWE World Title, where Roman Reigns was so close to winning the title, but then of course Seth Rollins was able to pin Randy Orton to keep the championship. So of course, once again, Seth Rollins takes the highlight of Payback that year. And then, of course, we would see Elimination Chamber, which the highlight of that match was the kind of I think probably the best match of that night was obviously Kevin Owens versus John Cena, where Kevin Owens beat John Cena in a shocking fashion in the Elimination Chamber. It was a bit of a surprise. We didn't expect Kevin Owens to win, but you know what? Kevin Owens did it. And then, of course, we would have Money in the Bank in June, which set it up Sheamus becoming the winner of the Money in the Bank ladder match. And, of course, Seth Rollins winning his ladder match to keep the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. So, once again, it has to be Money in the Bank with Sheamus, which was good. But then, of course, And then, of course, we would go to Battleground, where Brock Lesnar would then return to Battleground with the shocking return of The Undertaker. It has to be the main event of Battleground, where Brock Lesnar was so close to winning the championship with Seth Rollins if it wasn't for The Undertaker coming for revenge against The Beast, which would set up the match between them at SummerSlam. And, of course, the highlight of SummerSlam has to be the shocker where Seth Rollins becomes US champion by defeating John Cena thanks to one of his rivals in the media. And of course, The Undertaker winning over Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam by submission. And then, of course, of course, in September we have. And then, of course, in September, we would see the Night of Champions, where, of course, Sting would return to the WWE to challenge Seth Rollins for the WWE World's Heavyweight Championship. Of course, Sting received some injuries after the match, but John Cena was able to beat Seth Rollins that night to win back his United States Championship for a little bit. And then at Hell in a Cell, we would see the rematch between Brock Lesnar and The Undertaker, where Lesnar would get a second win over The Undertaker inside the cell in October this year. Of course, that was another big highlight for WWE in that pay-per-view. And then, of course, in Survivor Series, the big highlight has to be when Sheamus cashed in to beat Roman Reigns to get the WWE World's Heavyweight Championship after Roman Reigns defeated Dean Ambrose to become the WWE World's Heavyweight Champion during the tournament at Survivor Series. So again, Triple H dominating with the authority, but this would again continue at TLC with Sheamus winning the TLC match. But of course, on that night, Dean Ambrose became Intercontinental Champion, and Roman Reigns put Triple H in a hospital after the brutal beating that Roman Reigns gave the CEO of the WWE. So there you go. They're just some of the highlights of the year in 2015. And of course, we all know the next pay-per-view takes place January 24th, which is the Royal Rumble, where, of course, we'll have the 30-man Royal Rumble match. And who knows who's going to win the Royal Rumble? Anyone can easily win the Rumble. There's been a lot of rumors that Brock Lesnar's meant to be in the Rumble next year, which we don't know for sure if Brock Lesnar is indeed going to be in the Rumble match, but I would believe he is likely to be in this Rumble match because of the fact that Roman Reigns has got the title, and there's a slight chance there could be leading to a Roman Reigns Brock Lesnar Part 2 at WrestleMania, and basically making that one-on-one match that they should have done at WrestleMania 31 if it wasn't for Seth Rollins. So hopefully, fingers crossed, this is what they're going to do with WrestleMania 32. But then we're also been hearing rumors of a Roman Reigns versus Triple H match. Hopefully, The Rock will be competing at WrestleMania against the Game. Hopefully, that will happen. But that's basically it, really, until we know any other information of where they're taking WrestleMania 32. We do not know what the plans are yet, and it's still not clear right now where they're taking it. But until then, we'll be looking forward to gracing you in 2016 with WWE Universe when it returns in January for the review of the Royal Rumble. So very happy New Year to everybody, and I'll see you all in January for the Royal Rumble. See you then.